Hey everybody, Jed with Jed Demlow Productions coming back to you on this how and why to make templates in Studio One. There's a couple of other little things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't have time to get to last time. And it's just a couple of quick little things that I want to talk about. So when it comes to these markers up here, I've got a template that I use pulled up here. And as you can see, it's got my easy bass, the drums, the shaker, the risers, the piano, the stuff we talked about before. But the markers are all in place already. You can see there's an in at measure 3, verse, chorus, turn, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, out, etc. Now I have these all together really close so you can see everything. But anytime you start a new tune, these can be moved around very easily. Okay, so if your verse is, six bars long or 8 bars long or whatever it is, you can quickly move this. And again, you can drag over these and you can just pull these out of your way. Okay, then I can put my next chorus wherever it needs to be. And however long that the chorus is for this song that I'm working on, when it ends, I can put the turn right there. If the turn is only 2 measures, I can put the verse starting there, and let's say the next chorus starts here. If you don't have a bridge, just drag it out of your way, okay? And then chorus, let's say chorus, you have another chorus there, and then there's like an outro. And let's say this song is going to end at measure 39. So very quickly, I have those markers all in place, and I can create them as I need them as I'm making the song. The point is, you don't have to go over here and click the plus sign and make a new marker and do all that, and then type in the name of it. That is just time consuming. So go ahead and place your markers, make markers for your template. Intro, verse, chorus, turn, or link, whatever you want to call it. Verse, chorus, maybe bridge, maybe lead. Put all that stuff in there and you can just drag it right into place very quickly. So that's another little time saver there that I wanted to point out. Also on your drums, if you're using something like Superior Drummer 3, which I use all the time, it's great to go ahead and set up your multiple outputs and have that already done. Now I have a complete video on how to do that in Superior Drummer 3 on my YouTube site here, and you can just look that up, and it goes into detail exactly how to do that. But you can see right here that I have all of my drums on separate outs.
Demlow Productions.
Sorry, let me mute this work tape here. There we go. Okay, so you can see right here that I have all the drums set up on individual outputs. Okay, so it's really easy for me to mix. Okay, if I want to pull that snare down, you're still hearing it in the overhead, but I have complete control over all of these, and it's already set up. I didn't have to do that. It was all ready to go. So check out the tutorial on how to do that, and that'll save you some time on that too and make it more efficient. You don't have to go through all of that process, and when you're ready to do your stems, they're ready to go. You don't have to go in and tell it to go out to individual outputs. It's already done for you. It's ready. You can just go ahead and dump your stems or your multi-tracks, and that will work a lot faster for you if you already have it set up. And I've also got the drums set up here on a bus. Okay, and again, the easy way to do a bus is highlight the track that you want to create a bus with, right click, and come down here to add bus for selected channels. And that will create a bus for you. This way I could put my, I had stuff that I wanted to put on it. I wanted to put the console 1 on it. I wanted my API 2500 compressor on the bus, and I wanted to add some vintage warmer to it. You can have that already set up on your template. If you know it sounds great, go ahead and put it on there. So while you're creating stuff, it sounds the way you want it to, and you're already one step closer to your final mix. because most of us do kind of mix as we go now. It's become very common for us to kind of be mixing and producing along the way, so that everything doesn't have to be done in the final mix. You might work that way, you may not. I tend to kind of mix a little bit as I go. Okay, and then the final thing that I wanted to show is like audio tracks. If you know that you're going to cut guitar tracks, you might as well go ahead and have them in your template. So if I, in Studio One here, if I just hit T on my keyboard, it will pull up add tracks, and I'm going to go ahead and add 2. This is the way that I do it. My guitars are always red, and these are going to be stereo because I use the Headrush gig board and it is stereo unit. And I can just go ahead and name this guitar if I want. I can hit OK. Now I'll come to this one. Okay, this is going to be my record track. I'm going to mute it and hit record. And I'm just going to call it cut. So I know that's the track that I'm cutting on, and I want that to go out to my virtual outputs. Okay. That way there's no latency, because I'm using the universal audio console to monitor. This one will just leave it as guitar 1, and it can go out the mains. Now, anytime I cut a guitar track, I can just be sitting here cutting parts, and as I get something that I like, I can just drag it up here to the guitar track that I'm going to have ultimately, and just keep doing that process. That's kind of the way that I like to do it. I'll piece it together that way, and that, like the rhythm track, I'll go ahead and do the entire rhythm track, and then maybe I'm going to do a drone, and then I'll go ahead and do all the drone parts and just pop them up here on a new track that says drone. So set up your guitar tracks. If you know you're going to cut them, go ahead and have at least this done, okay, so that you can get up and running very quickly. If you know you're probably going to cut 3 guitar tracks, well, then go ahead and create 2 more so that they're there. It's all ready to go. Okay, my guitar tracks here, boom, ready to go. If I know that I'm going to cut vocals, okay, let's just create, we'll just make one for now. My vocals are always purple. We'll just call it Vox, and it's a stereo, and that now I've got a Vox track as well right here. That can be part of my template. Okay, so when I go to cut, I can just change the input to off of the Headrush, which was what I was using. I can just go to my regular left and right inputs, and I'm ready to cut vocals. I don't have to create that track. It's already been done in my template. These are little things that you'll find that if you set your template up so you don't have to do that stuff, it's going to save you a ton of time in the long run. It's going to make your session go a lot smoother. So there's a couple of additional things that I wanted to get to that I didn't cover in the first video. So get those templates set up the way you like them. Make sure those audio tracks are ready to record so you don't have to do that every time. Doing this kind of stuff will save you a ton of time down the road. Hope everyone's having a great day, and I will talk to y'all again real soon.